Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, guys. Had to get set up here. I realized I have to have everything within like an arm's reach. Otherwise people lose interest. And it's just a lot of work trying to transplant it. I mean, at least I can, right? At least I have containers that I can use. So, yep. Good day. Okay. For those of you that are in Texas, I was going to check in with you guys to see how you guys did with frost, if you guys did need protection. And, ooh, I need some water. I need some water, actually. I'll do that. I need to get a little bit of water. Hang on, let me grab water real quick in 10 seconds. Give me 10 seconds. Water. Alright, I'm back. Hello, good day. Okay, I'm back. Got my water here. We've got what is this? This is my onions. I figured we would start by checking in on my onions. Got a few of them. I'm gonna give them a little bit longer. You'll see some of them are sprouting, but not all of them. Oh, and this one needs to be pressed in a little bit more. Let me get that. Got my little stick here. Push this in a little. Great. Hi, Gary. I got frost damage on my cowpeas. Yeah, no, cowpeas definitely. I also had damage on as well. Tomatoes. I put my green tea plant and pineapples. Okay, nice. I left my pineapples outside, but they were growing right next to the mum, and then I just covered the mum and gave cardboard. They did okay. They're a little yellow right now, though. They're just a little stressed, you can tell, but they'll be okay. Gary, forgot to ask, have you ever grown onions from seed before? They're a little bit trickier than I thought. I mean, or maybe they're just kind of sprout on their own time, kind of like carrots do. Look, I got, this should have been, I would have planted, let's see, 40 in here. I see some of them are just starting to come up. It's gotten warm again, as it probably will be for you guys as well. Onions, here are onions. Let's see, these are baby onions grown from seed, for those of you that have just joined in. And I love to use clamshells. It's perfect for ventilation, as well as built-in drainage. I use soil blocking, which is what you'll see here. And if anyone has any tips on growing onions from seed, do give me them. I'm observing that even though I've had this, when did I start this? 10/25, so this was 3 weeks ago. And this is how it's looking. One other thing I should add about my situation is that I grow them outside, so no regulated temperature. It would be whatever the outside temperature is. I do try to put them in a shaded area though, to keep them cooler. Because in Texas, for instance, today, on Monday it was freezing, but today it's gonna be high of 76. Hi, Emily. Welcome, you guys. Thanks for joining in. I like to do gardening, so this is some onion seeds that I've started. I also have garlic. Here, I'll show you guys how my garlic is doing in a container. How is y'all's garlic growing? Mine have sprouted. And this is how it's growing. Let's see if I can tilt it a little bit more. This is garlic here. Gary, you're saying yes. Once they get to about 6 to 8 inches, clip the onion leaves back to 4 inches. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen people do that, Gary. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I think, what is it? January is when I'm actually going to plant them in the ground. So I'll need them to be at least at a pencil thick. I'll eventually up-pot these, I think. But for now, they're so tiny, and it seems like some of the seeds are still sprouting. So this is garlic. Hi, Jackie. Good morning. How did your, hopefully you guys did well with frost. Welcome for those of you that have joined in. We have garlic that I'm showing off here. If you guys started garlic, let me know how yours is doing. I also have onion seeds that I started as well. So here in North Texas, we would have started these on October, in mid-October, and then in January is when we would actually plant them outside in the ground. Mine are looking very tiny still. I do have a bunch of other containers that I've also started as well. Let me see if I can move this to the side. And then we can also talk about carrots too. Okay, the other tip, if anyone, what about lettuce? Is anyone growing lettuce? If you guys have been really successful, I also welcome any tips. This is how mine's doing. And this is how I typically start my lettuce. I call myself scrappy for no small reason, right? I use, oh, okay, I got water everywhere. Bad idea. Okay, bad idea. Let's get this off. All right. If anyone has any lettuce advice, let me know. This is how mine's growing. I mean, it's not bad, but I think I had more than just a few seeds. And if I remember correctly, these are actually seeds that I saved for my lettuce plant and didn't label them. But I knew they were lettuce seeds just because of the way they looked. So I got what? 1, 2, maybe some other baby ones popping up. I'm not sure. This is what I typically do though. I'll put them on top of the soil like this, and then I will use a really simple plastic bag like this to keep it moist and to have that greenhouse effect. Let me know if you guys have been successful with lettuce, what you do. I find that it's harder to grow here in Texas, maybe because it can be more warm than it is cold some days. Gary, you're saying we get by planting onions in late November as long as we stay above 20 degrees. Okay. Oh, so Gary, you plant them directly in the ground then? Okay. I wonder if I can do that. I don't know. I've never tried it like that. I also have no more onion seeds, so at this point I would need to buy more onion seeds to experiment. Jackie, you're saying we didn't get frost. Lowest was 42. My banana did suffer. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Hi Bree. Thank you. And if you guys are, if you're interested in the gardening, let me know. I have, I'm growing lettuce. I like to grow my own food, so lettuce is one of them that I'm growing right now. I'm also growing garlic. So this is the lettuce. I'm also growing garlic, carrots. I don't know, a lot of other stuff as well. I'm here in North Texas, and we do get freezing temps. So this is garlic. If you didn't know, garlic can withstand snow, sleet, rain, as long as you mulch it well. So even in the north and Canada, they also grow garlic as well. In the south, you would grow softneck garlic, which is more suitable to the warmer climates, and in the north, you would grow hardneck. Your chance to plant was technically last week, though. But maybe you can put this on your radar, or maybe you can continue to, or attempt to grow it. Your bulb just might be smaller. Gary, you're saying, yes, I usually have a 50 row foot. Okay, excellent, very cool. Hello, Chinese Drama Land. Thanks for joining us. We're talking about growing our own food. I got lettuce here. This is finally ready to harvest, but what am I going to do with 5 lettuce? 5 pieces of lettuce, and I can't even pick it all right. I gotta figure this out. This, I can't remember exactly when I started this, but I feel like I've had this lettuce section for like 4 weeks now. It's been like a month. Right. So garlic. What else do I want to share? Oh, carrots is one of the ones I want to share too. Oh, here's a baby carrot in here. I have lots of other ones out there. I can't possibly move them all. I'm just trying to do the samples of all of them. So this one's a carrot. I use soil blocking, and it looks like I will need to uppot that one soon, just because this was the first time. This was the first few times I started soil blocking. So you'll see, it doesn't look so good, and that's okay. This is my first year trying to use a soil block, so lots of improvement, and I have improved. So you'll see this is more of what I do now, but initially it was more like this. I'm realizing that I need to fill out the containers more so it doesn't get dried out as quickly. So I really need 2 soil blocks in each one of these 1-pound clamshells. Jackie, you're saying 50 feet rows. Barely have 2 broccolis in it. Yep. Yep, Gary has a lot of land. Hello. Welcome, welcome. We are, a few things to show. This is garlic growing. I enjoy growing my own food and sharing with others some tips. I've been growing for 4 years now. And I live in an urban suburban area, so a lot of my stuff I'll start in containers like this and then eventually put them in the ground. So I got lettuce here, and then here's garlic. And then I've got carrot, a baby carrot in there. So those are weeds, or at least I think they are, and that's a carrot. I'm gonna put that one up and put it in a container so it can grow into a full carrot. Or not a container, but I'm gonna up pot it until it gets a little bit bigger, and then I'm gonna worry about putting it in the ground. Ping chilling, what mean? Hi feature, hello, hi Labubu. Let's see, Gary, Jackie, you're saying I planted some carrot tops. Oh, one in a large pot and others. Okay. Okay, Jackie, I was telling you before, right? From a carrot top, you can get seeds. I did it 1 year, but I didn't actually save them. And this is after trying like 15 different carrot tops. This one carrot top finally took. Hello, hello, Kitty. Good to see you. Why I know. Oh no, but this is so feature. This is I'm reusing the plastic containers that you buy for strawberries as a greenhouse for growing my own food. So I'll use it a couple times and then I will eventually recycle it. I mean, how else do you buy your fruits? Do your fruits not come in plastic clamshells, at least not the berries? Or do you go to the farmer's market where you don't use clamshells at all? Ape Saw, I would like to invite you for my Patil Agro first live going to happen. Okay, sure. What time is it? I am in Central Texas, and generally during the day is the best time. But that sounds interesting. Patro Agro Appsaw. Okay, that sounds cool. Appsaw. The thing is, in this app, I find it really confusing because you can't just message people directly. Like it has to be on a video or in a in this live setting, it seems. Oh, all of your berries come in a cork box feature? That's fancy. I mean, I'm just an average person going to the supermarket, finding strawberries on a good deal, and that's why I've got so many clamshells. Cork shells, I wonder how quickly those berries add up. Okay, so we got lettuce here. But yeah, so I'm using them as a greenhouse, giving it another life, and then eventually recycling it. And then onions here. Feature, are you able to grow your own food? Have you tried before? Or what do you grow? Okay, so Appsaw, you're saying Palti Pultra Agro Farm event. Okay, okay. I will look for Appsaw. Appsaw, you're Appsaw, right? Or would you? Okay, I'll look for that. What is it? It's the same one. Appsaw. Feature. Oh, Saudi. Oh. Oh, very cool feature. That is really unique. Yeah, a lot of the U.S. U.S. Grocery stores just use berries, like these plastic containers for berries. So this is strawberry one. Another strawberry one. Blueberries come in these too, smaller sized. Yeah. I should start using, Jackie, you're saying plan? Yes! Well, I mean, so obviously this can only contain up to a certain size, right? These are appropriate for seedlings. So I like to use it because I am blessed enough that I have like space in ground that I will eventually put them in. So this is a great way for me to get them started. Some of them I'll let get a little bit bigger before I then put in ground, and then some of them I'll just keep in containers like lettuce. I feel like if I didn't put this in a container, I would just trample over it. I'm still trying to figure out a flexible walkway situation for the garden. Let's see. Oh, feature, you tried to grow watermelon and failed? Okay. Well, welcome. I've been growing watermelon in my garden. I just harvested the last one after our first frost 2 days ago. And what I think the biggest learning for me was that watermelon needs a lot of sun to grow. The bigger the fruit, the more sun it needs. So if it's a big fruit, it needs at least 8+ hours of sun. And that's what I have learned. That's actually why I grew out my front lawn, because that is my sunniest spot. There's also no fence, so I don't have to worry about shade from the fence. Absa. Okay, yeah, my Insta is the same. Same username. Thank you, Absa. I look forward to your instant message. Watermelons are hard to grow in containers. Roost. Yes, yeah. Yeah. So good point, Gary. Yeah. So watermelons I'm growing in ground. Yeah, same thing with pumpkins as well. Okay, I'll look for your message, Absa. Hello, Ranji. Ron. Ah, I see. Okay, so we have a few things that are growing here. Do you guys recognize what this is? For those of you that are new and haven't been growing your own food, do you guys recognize this plant here? What plant do you think this is? This long one right here. Any guesses? For those of you that know, you looks expert on your work. Ah, thank you. Feature. I have been growing for 4 years, and I'm a very dedicated grower. I like to do it the scrappy way, so I always take the most affordable way, and if I fail at that, that's when I start to invest a little bit more and see what where I need to invest. So I'm always starting with the most basic method and working myself up. That is typically how I like to garden, which is why you'll see me using things like this. Repurposing plastic containers, just trying to be really resourceful and making gardening more approachable for the average person. Sometimes people think you need like a bunch of money and a bunch of, pots and everything to grow stuff with. And yeah, you can grow like that, but I feel like there should be a really affordable way to also grow your own food as well. Okay, let's see. I am not Indian. I am Asian American. Thank you for asking, Prob. I am a Texas native. I was born here in Texas, and Taiwanese American. Okay, let me see. Jackie, you're saying my in-ground pumpkins aren't doing as well as my container pumpkins. Oh, really, Jackie? Okay, maybe it's the position of it, though. I wonder if it's the position of it. Yes, nice. Garlic, good. And then this is, of course, you guys recognize this, right? This is lettuce. And this is, not that one. This one right here is carrot. Oh, I can't, okay. Let me see if I can get that. This one's, oh no. It's like growing in between the cubes. All right. I was gonna show you a carrot. Oh, here, let me see. I got more here. And then this is onion. Hi, Ivan. Okay, thank you. Hopefully you enjoy my channel. Let me know if you're into growing your own food. That is what I like to talk about on my channel, as well as garden to table and in general getting outside. So encouraging others to get daily movement. So that's like walking, exercising, and also getting outside, getting vitamin D. Great for mood regulation and general positive outlook on life. Okay, so these are onions, in case anyone's curious. I'm trying to grow onions from seed for the first time this year. I've got a few more in here. Gary, you're saying pumpkins are easier to grow in the spring than fall, less pest pressure. Oh, you think so, Gary? Okay. I'm going to try and grow some pumpkins through this winter. We'll see. I at least have some seedlings that have survived, and I have a bunch of seeds that I could continue starting. I'll just succession plant the pumpkins and see if I can actually harvest one. I like how there's no bugs here now. I mean, it's fall, but I guess technically we're getting into winter gardening since it's frost now. Hi, Velvet. Welcome. I don't own a farm feature. I live in an urban suburban area. So I have about 1,000 square foot. What is that in meters? I don't know what that is in meters. What is it? It's 2.5 feet for a meter, right? I don't know how to calculate that. Ming, hi, I'm Taiwanese American. Thank you for asking. I'm born here in Texas. Awesome. Okay. Yay, I'm excited. Feature. I remember when I was a kid, I found a fully garlic grown organic near my dad's house when I ripped it out off the garlic, cut to the out ground to show it to my dad. My father. Okay, your father was confused why you pulled the garlic out of the ground. Is that what it was? This is okay. Night. This is garlic. So right now, if I dig it up, you'll see that there's a clove underneath, one clove, and then it'll have roots. I'm not gonna dig it up. Well, okay, let me see. I have one. Okay. I'll lift it up. I have a smaller one that's growing next to it. So here's this is what garlic looks like underneath the ground. So here's the clove, right? This is the clove. This is what you would have eaten. But if you saved it and tried to plant it in the ground, it would develop roots like this. And then here is where the white part's growing, and it'll eventually turn green once it submerges or emerges from the soil line. So that's what garlic looks like when it grows. And if you wanted to plant it, you could just take one clove, plant it in the ground, and in 9 months you'll get a whole new bulb. So when it comes to gardening, timing is of course really important. And if you're in the US, you would have planted this already to harvest in May or June of next year. I'm just gonna put this back in the dirt here. Let's see. Hi, Samo. Aini. I can read some Mandarin, but not all. My Mandarin is the level of an elementary child. All right. Jackie, thank you for helping moderate. Gary as well. I really appreciate that. Okay, let's see. AJ, I have some potatoes that sprouted because, ooh, you should plant them, AJ. I have, what you can do is, I would not necessarily plant the whole plant. What I've done and successfully grown, I'm just going to put this garlic back in here before it starts to dry out. What I have successfully done is you cut off the eyes, the part where the potato is sprouting. I'm going to plant that a little bit deeper. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you guys what I'm doing just so you can see. So this was the garlic plant. Oh no. You can plant garlic in a container. This will be my first time, but I'm positive it can be done. And I am just trying to re-put the one I pulled out back in here. Put roots first, of course. And then cover with soil. I typically use, some of the roots are exposed. I typically use half soil, half compost. All right, that's good. And then in a couple weeks, it'll look like this, like the one next to it. So AJ, yeah, you should. You totally should. I have grown from store-bought potatoes. You take the potato and where it has eyes, the part where it's sprouting, cut that out. That's the only part you really need to plant. You don't need to plant the whole potato. If you cut it out, it'll be better because then the plant will actually form potatoes. Whereas I think if you put the whole potato in, it doesn't as effectively form potatoes because there's no room. So try that. Feature, you're saying, yeah, when I found the garlic, I found it near a street. Oh, how fun, Feature. That's rare. Like full, fresh. How awesome, Feature. Yeah, that takes 9 months to grow. 9 months to grow this garlic. That's amazing. Are you sure it's not someone's personal garden that they started on the side of the road? Hello, United. Maywin tea. Okay, hi, Samo. I understand that. You said no problem. Thank you for writing it in English spelled out Mandarin. Apsa, I planted every vegetable that would be needed, inventors, and I would love to. Okay, I'm excited. Razan, hi. Even my mom loved planting. Oh, okay. Well, Raza, yeah. I think there are a lot of people that enjoy planting. I specifically like doing it because I'm excited about being able to grow my own food. I also enjoy cooking, so it's really exciting to take things that you grew and actually cook with them. That is when it comes full circle to me. I also tried an organic garden, which if you go to the grocery stores, obviously has a marked up premium on it, so that's why I garden. But yep, all the reasons, and I also enjoy just getting outside. I do think it's great for mood regulation as well as general mental health, general health in general too, and it gets me outside exercising. So those are the 3 things that I often talk about on my channel. Thank you, Banu. Thank you. Hi, Satam. Thank you. Have you tried Jav Guru, Aman? No, I haven't. Hi, Tenor Bill. I am in North Texas. I am Asian American, born to Taiwanese immigrants. Thank you for asking. But let's see, what are we doing here? Feature, what is the hardest plant you have been trying? I think it's the dates. Oh, you mean jujubes? What do you, jujubes? So the jujubes, if you're referring to the video that I published, that is actually my neighbor's jujube tree, not mine. In terms of plants that I find, broccoli and cauliflower, I have not actually grown those yet. Mostly because I haven't tried. I've found that, I've heard other folks say that they're heavy feeders, but you know what, who does it well? Gary has a bunch growing. So if you guys are curious to learn about growing broccoli and cauliflower, Gary is a great resource. He's got a whole garden full of them that are in containers as well as in ground. So he's moderating my channel here today, also known as Gary Grow Your Own Food. Let's see, United, can you teach me how to grow cashews? Ooh, I don't know how to do, United, I don't know how to do cashews and groundnuts. You know what I think I do want to try? I do want to try peanuts though. I think next spring, I have a bunch of raw peanuts that I got from the grocery store, and I'm thinking about planting some. I'll save some of them to plant next spring, but not right now. Right now it's fall. We're about to hit winter, so that's going to be in another 5 months. Happy family, good to see you. Thank you. You're always commenting on my videos. Thank you so much. Do you grow potato? Tenor, I do have one potato growing, and it is from store-bought. You know how store-bought you can buy the little potatoes? I saved some of those, and I did plant them recently. I had to protect them during the frost, but they're alive, and they're about this big. I live in a freezing zone, so typically people do not start potatoes at this time, but I am hopeful about being able to winter garden in my freezing zone. I have a plan and I have materials to protect with, so hopefully I'll be able to keep it alive. I kept it alive through our first frost, but we have many more frosts coming up, as well as 10-degree Fahrenheit temperatures. Texas. Yes, except I live in an urban suburban area. I am on, my house as well as the land I'm on is on 0.13 of an acre. So very, very, very small. Jackie, thank you for moderating. Benjamin, you grow kratom? Oh, I'm not familiar with kratom, but welcome. Can you explain what kratom is? This is garlic, if you guys didn't know. Garlic takes 9 months to grow. And in May or June of next year, I will be able to harvest a whole head of garlic. From one clove, you'll get a whole head of garlic. What else I was showing here? This is lettuce that I started from seed. If anyone has any lettuce tips, I welcome them, because this was supposed to be, I mean, I only had so many seeds, but ideally this was supposed to fill out. This is probably about a month's or maybe 6 weeks worth of growth here. So this is lettuce. I got 2 little ones here. And these are technically from lettuce seeds that I think I harvested the seeds from, but that would have been over 2 years at this point. Let's see. Jackie, you're saying you would love to grow peanuts. Yes, it would. So they grow underground, right? And I think they're really good at loosening the soil too. I'm really excited about trying them. So I'm going to save some raw peanuts that I got from the grocery store and try to grow them next spring. It's going to be super exciting. Tenorville, great job. Good job. Great food. Thank you. Peanuts would be, yeah, I'm going to try that next spring. A, you're saying, will you also be growing kale, spinach? I do. So I have lettuce, right? I also have carrot. This is a baby carrot. I have other stuff out there, but these are the only things that I could grab before the live. So this is a baby carrot. I have a bunch of carrots that I've also started. And actually these are carrot seeds. These are so fun. I don't know how you guys are going to be able to see this, but in here there are a bunch of carrot seeds from a carrot that I harvested in my garden. I let the carrot go to seed and flowers, and these are the seeds I harvested. It is amazing. If you do that for one carrot, you're going to get like thousands and thousands of carrot seeds. And then you'll never have to buy carrot seeds again. So I highly recommend this. I do plan to plant these carrot seeds, and I still have a bunch more to harvest on the carrot that went to flower as well. Let's see. Oh no, happy family, you got timed out. Gary, peanuts required. Yes, okay. Oh, Gary, I was gonna say I didn't know if it was the peanuts that made the soil loose or if they needed loose soil to begin with. Okay. Well, I will probably use my health strip for that. Health strip, if you guys aren't aware, it's the piece of land, public land between the street and the sidewalk. And typically no one steps in that. So I would probably use peanuts for that. Jackie, can I grow peanuts in container? Yeah, I think you totally could, Jackie. And to Gary's point, typically container soil is much looser, right? You're not going to accidentally step on it. So yeah, I think that would be great. You could totally do that. Actually, now that you're talking about, I might as well just put my peanuts in containers and attempt to grow them now. I just have to protect them from frost. Let me try that. You gave me an idea, Jackie. United, can you suggest to me the best place to collect bioorganic waste? Oh, okay, United, I'm not sure about that. I'll just tell you that I take all of my kitchen scraps and I compost it myself. Does that help? Do you kitchen scrap? Maybe you could start there. I mean, you already have like a bunch of food waste anyway, so you could compost it yourself. Like in mine, I was telling you guys, I make my own compost and dirt mix. Not that there's a whole lot to see here, but since I have it close, this is my compost soil mix. So you'll see it has like bits of eggshells in it. That's bits of eggshells. It even has like old seeds in here. So if you're not already composting, you totally should. I love it. It's super exciting to make your own rich soil. And I'd use, oh look, I have a seed growing in here, but that's okay. It'll just compost itself. Yep, I use my native soil, and what is this? Oh, this is a piece of pumpkin that has not yet fully broken down yet. This, I had to grab my compost a little bit earlier than I expected because the compost pile was getting full and I was running out of dirt to plant stuff in. So that's what happens, but that's okay. I just won't be able to use that chunk until it breaks down further. Gary, you're saying, I think it would be hard. If I remember, they grow along the vines, so they need horizontal space. Mud tub might work. Okay. That's right. They grow like, yes, they grow like this. But I feel like if I try one, yeah, you might need like Jackie, you might need like a shallow tub, if I remember correctly. Maybe at least 4 or 5 inches deep. I haven't actually grown peanuts, but I feel like I've seen them before, and I feel like you need at least 6 inches of soil. And then something round, something with a big surface area. Oh, cute baby carrots. Yes, homegrown on the best. Okay, yeah. Let's see, what about chickens? I don't have any chickens. I hope to maybe next spring have some, but right now I have 2 kids, and that's plenty for me right now. Happy family. Hi, Tanner. Or only fruits and vegetables. I grow fruits and vegetables. Yeah, no chickens yet. Maybe next spring. Hi, Anya. Pathos. Enlightened. What are you saying, Pathos? Are you saying pothos, the indoor plant? I do have some indoor plants, but I spend a lot of my time on my outdoor plant babies, so the indoor plants get neglected. Would be easier to grow micro tomatoes, less. Oh, that's right, Gary. You're the one who was trying to sell Jackie and I on micro tomatoes. Cute. Quaylin, fine. Wow. How about cantaloupes? I do also have cantaloupes, but right now we just had our first frost and they are done. I have a cantaloupe that I harvested, and I'll have to do a video on whether it was ripe or not. I'll put garlic back in the screen. And peppers. Peppers are also a warm season crop, so while I do have some that I tried to protect, we'll see if I actually get peppers from them. Oh, that reminds me, I let my peppers die. Oh, the ones that I meant to like grow from seed. Oops. Oh well. Pumpkins. Pumpkin, how? I did grow pumpkin earlier this season, and you need a lot of space for that. Ideally in ground, but if you need a container, you would need like a really large container to grow a pumpkin in. Here's a pumpkin seed. This is a store-bought one, and I had some that I sprouted. Oh, everyone knows what a pumpkin seed looks like, right? But even from store-bought, I've sprouted them, and hope to have some maybe for this winter if I can protect it from frost, and definitely for next spring. Fig trees attract a lot of wasps. Jackie, oh yes, but I have figs. I feel like there's some sort of misconception. I think there are certain figs that wasps lay their eggs in, and when you open up, you'll find figs. But I think that's a specific variety. Like the variety that I grew does not have baby wasps crawling around in them. Yeah, they're babies. Okay, do not spam. Hello, Salvu. Okay, so we're talking about growing our own food. Here's garlic, for instance. And then I even have a little tomato in here that's growing. Can you guys see it? I got a baby tomato plant. Once you plant cherry tomatoes, you don't have to worry about them ever again. They just kind of come up on their own. So here's one right here. Or at least I think that's tomato. Yeah, that's tomato, right? Feature, you're saying, yeah, one pumpkin contains, yes, exactly. Feature, so you like roast some of them and then you leave maybe 6 or 7 and then let them dry. Let them dry until they snap. So typically I'll leave it outdoors because I like the ventilation. There's constant ventilation, so you don't have to worry about mold. And then you know it's dry when it snaps cleanly like that. Oh, well, I'm excited to get Salbu. I specifically do, yeah, the actual like growing your own food type of gardening. The wasps that feed fertilized figs. Oh, good to know, Gary. Thank you for helping explain that. And parts of California. Any peppers? I don't have any peppers right now. Or I do have some, actually. They're somewhere out in the garden though. And I'm just showing a few things that I've grown in containers because they're here for me, easy for me to pull in. It is no longer pepper season. We're in the fall winter now. But I did have peppers earlier this season. And I may try to grow some again, just potentially for me to protect them. Actually, you know what? I did have peppers I did protect. I don't know if they made it though, because the leaves look mostly dead, but we'll see. Cute little tomato. Jackie, you're saying, oh, true engagement. W, hi. Tenor, do you grow any seasoning like bay leaf, mint? I do. I have them. They're all out in the garden though, so I don't have a way to show. I have mint. I did have rosemary, but that died. I'll have to get another one from my friend. And I had thyme. I'm not sure where it is though. Abhinav, it's so relaxing to see someone works while ourselves rests and watch. Okay, exciting, yeah. Jackie, you're saying cute little tomato. Mine have never regrew though. I've always, oh, have you, Jackie? Okay. You know what you need to do? You need to like grow so many cherry tomatoes that they get wrinkly, and then you just throw those and then they regrow. You got to get to a point where you grow so many that you'll just have a never-ending supply. Or maybe just save a few and then save the seeds from that. Feature, you're saying, I saw people selling the pumpkin seed and they're expensive than... Really, Feature? That is such a ripoff. That's funny. Yeah, because... That's right, because like pumpkin seeds in a packet, maybe $3, right? And during pumpkin sales, you can buy them for about $4 or so. Yeah. Gary, you're saying you had a pepper plant come back from roots one year. Nice. Yes, I have overwintered peppers before. That is amazing, Gary. That's a lot of care though. You got to lug that pepper plant back and forth. I am this year going to try that row cover, right? In-ground row cover, and hopefully minimize the lugging around all these plants, because that, while I appreciate the workout when it's really cold outside, it's not really the most exciting. I mean, it's not my favorite way to spend my time, lugging around a bunch of containers. So I think in my mind, I was thinking, since I've got some front garden space, I might as well try to use row covers or some sort of protection instead of having to constantly lug around these different containers. Can you grow rosemary from a spray? You can, Jackie. It is easy to propagate. I think when they're small though, like any plant, you just have to give them a little bit more extra care. But on the converse, I recently did a video this morning where I published the plants that survive transplant best, and they are your tiny plants. So not exactly the same topic, but it's just funny how baby plants need to be babied in one context to grow big and sturdy. But when I talk about transplanting, for instance, baby plants actually do pretty well when transplanting. Let's see, Salbo, you should plant gypsophile, aka baby's breath. Oh, it's currently, oh, okay, exciting. Baby's breath. The little white flowers one, right? I have carrots that are growing and the flowers pretty much look like baby's breath. similar structure. Also, I think people often also get that confused with Queen's Anne lace, which is a poisonous version of something that looks like baby's breath and carrot flowers. Yeah, let me go get the carrots. Okay. Okay, let me go grab the container over. I'll show you some baby carrots. Here, give me, buy what? Okay, here, give me 5 seconds. All right, so here are baby carrots. There was that really baby one I showed you guys, but then this is the one that's a little bit older. I don't want to pull it out because the roots are sensitive to being disturbed. And even though I am growing this thing, I plan to grab a bunch of soil and then put it in ground. So these are carrots for you guys. Good day, Les. Good to see you again. Zota, how long till it grows? Okay, carrots are what? I forget, like 70 days? I think it's 70 days. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, it depends on the variety, but in general, it's like 70, 80 days maybe. The smaller the carrot, the more quickly it's going to be able to harvest. Like there's a particular type of carrots that only grows to 4 inches long and then you're supposed to harvest it. Nantes is one of the varieties I can think of. Where is my container? I'm just gonna put this in this so I don't have to hold it. So this is carrots. Liz, how is your garlic? You started garlic, right? I'm just trying to keep track of what everybody is growing. Ooh, careful. All right. Okay, so these are the carrots. And then this is my garlic. I gotta keep it interesting with plants showing in here. All right, and then this is of course the garlic. This is garlic, right? This is the garlic. Garlic takes 9 months to grow. What you're saying, troll, where the weed at? I don't grow weed. I don't grow weed. I do the grow your own food kind of gardening, not the 420 kind. Hi, girl. She's gonna help kilos of food. That's funny. Yeah, secretly. No, but really I don't. Terps are saying, wow, I don't meet many people who do this. I have an indoor grow tent and all organic. Oh, how exciting. I grow everything I can to harvest. Yes, that is awesome. That is what I call sustainable gardening. You plant it, you leave that one plant to go to seed, and then you harvest the seeds and have your seed packets for next year. It's beautiful. I've been doing that for the most part for the last 4 years. So I have seeds that I've collected of the plants that I remember. Carrots is one of them. So these are so tiny, but these are the carrot seeds that I harvested from a carrot I left out there back in May. It went to flower, little white flowers that look like queen's lace / baby's breath. And then it grew little seeds like this. One thing I learned is, and it's really hard to see here, so I'm only gonna be able to describe it to you, but carrot seeds naturally have little burrs all over them. When you buy them in a seed packet, those burrs are already removed. Anyways, I thought that was fun. Les, you're saying, I've never had much luck growing carrots. I haven't either, Les, but I am trying to be, okay, no, I've grown beets before. Carrots are tricky though. Like I'll grow them and they'll be either kind of bitter because I left them in the ground too long, or really wonky because I didn't have loose enough soil, or yeah, not sweet because I didn't keep them well watered. I agree, they are tricky, but I am positive. I'm a little bit more optimistic about winter carrots though. Naturally there's more rainfall, and that'll help me in that regards. Gary, you're saying carrots need, yep, consistent moisture. Beets need alkaline soil. Okay. I have some beets. It's either beets or Swiss chard. I'm not sure which one I have, but it's out there. You know how it is. Beets and Swiss chard, once they start growing, you don't actually know which one's which unless you've labeled, which I did not. Terps, you're saying, I find growing good seeds also helps with seeds that start early. Okay, yeah, Terps, yep. Yeah, so like you were saying, when you're doing the harvesting of the seeds, you try to find the biggest ones, for instance, right? The ones that are fully formed, those tend to sprout faster. Yeah. I was looking at my carrot seeds. I thought they were kind of all the same size, but no, some of the carrot seeds are actually bigger. So those will probably germinate faster and be healthier than the ones that are smaller. It doesn't matter though. I have like thousands of carrot seeds now. I'm just going to sprinkle it like I'm giving away money. I have thousands of carrot seeds from that one carrot that I let go to seed. I mean like thousands. Yeah, neither have yeah. Well, maybe you should try it. It does need loose. It is a little bit trickier though than I would say radishes or spinach. The seeds are finer, and like Gary was saying, it needs constant moisture. By the Gary's also a really great source of gardening knowledge as well. He's been gardening longer than I have. Needs moist soil, consistent watering, and loose soil too. It grows under the ground, right? So it needs loose soil to grow large roots. And then also it still needs sun. Happy family, thank you. Troll, you're saying, I've never tried carrots. Feature, I wonder how plant cactus grows on so hard. I don't plant cactus? I don't grow cactus. Plant cactus. Have I tried to grow? No, I haven't tried to grow cactus before. I like the idea. I think they're pretty, but I don't, if I'm going to grow something, I'm going to grow food. I'm going to prioritize growing food and flowers because I like how the flowers bring the bees and the butterflies. So Gary, by the way, Gary, do you grow any flowers in your yard? Now that I think about it, I hear you have a lot of citrus trees. You have a lot of vegetables as well. But do you grow any flowers, Gary? Okay, Les, you're saying, I have 4 or 5 different varieties of what? Oh, cactus. Is that right, Les? What were you saying? 4 or 5. I forgot what I had asked you, Les. I asked you something about, oh, garlic. That's right. Okay, you were saying 4 or 5 varieties. Okay, gotcha. Okay, really behind here. Okay, cactus grows well in zone 9. Oh, nice. Oh, that is so exciting, Jackie, that you have some growing in your front yard. Do you have a tomato? I do have a tomato in here. I am also growing actual tomato, but here's a baby tomato plant. If you guys can see it there. Oh, you're right, Feature. Cactus is food. You're right. Nepal is the leaf of the cactus. You're absolutely right. I don't know how to cook it. I don't know how to cook it yet. You were absolutely right, Feature. Apologies for saying that. Is watermelon? I also do have watermelon. It recently died though. I couldn't cover it, and we had recent frost. I live in North Texas, and we do get freezing temps. It gets down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit, which in Celsius is below freezing, below 0. So negative, I don't know, -5 maybe. Les, you're saying, I've grown cactus by propagating. How exciting, Les. That is very, like, propagation is a gardener flex. That is a key skill. Propagation is a flex. Home composting is a flex. And the last one is grafting is a flex. I've done all of those, except I've not successfully grafted before, but eventually want to do that. You need to fry it. Ooh. Oh, I didn't know that feature. Okay, I think all I've seen is like stir frying nopales or cacti. Robbie, don't act like I didn't hide. Okay, Robbie, yeah, we're here to talk about food gardening. Okay. Where are we? We are in North Texas, Zone 8A. And we had our first frost 2 days ago. And in the deep part of winter, it'll be 10 degrees Fahrenheit or -degrees Celsius. I don't know, maybe -5. No, not from Malaysia. I'm in North Texas, the US. Troll, you're saying, oh, thank you. Okay, so Fahrenheit is 1.8 Celsius, 32. I had like ones that are, ooh, nice. My math is very bad though. Okay. Not from, I'm in the US. Les, you're saying, I've grafted 2. Wow, you've grafted tomato plants of all plants. That's tricky, Les. Because tomato plants is not like a fruit tree. I'm just talking about fruit tree grafting. You're talking about tomato plant grafting. That is tricky because tomato plants are a lot softer, right? They're not as hardwood as That's cool, Les. Hello, welcome from India. I am here in the US, in North Texas. Les, you're saying, I've seen someone graft a tomato. Wow. Tomato and a potato plant. That's right. They're both nightshade varieties. Okay. Ni hao, Driz. Good to see you. Yes, I also do speak Mandarin. I can only read at an elementary school level, though. I was born here in the States. Is it cold? Feature, it does get cold. So Texas is a very big state. I live in the north part. So in the north part, we do get freezing temps. In the southern, the closer you are to the equator, it might not have freezing temps. Or it may have a lot fewer days of it. But here in North Texas, we typically get a good number of cold hours. Like I would say, I don't know, at least a month worth, at least 30 days of cold temperatures, probably. Les, you're saying, yes, it is true. Yes. Grafting is. Tony, hi, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. Troll, I've cloned but never tried grafting anything. Yeah, it is so cool. Oh yeah, you mean troll, you mean propagating. I know propagation is so awesome. You can pretty much propagate anything. Sorry, I just spit. Propagating tomatoes, right? You snip off the tips, propagate those, let those root. A lot of plants work like that, where you just snip off a tip and put it in dirt and it'll eventually grow roots. Driz, you're saying, is grafting like taking a branch from one plant? Yeah, yes. I would call it plant surgery. So typically the plants kind of have to be of the same species. And so like tomatoes and potatoes, for example, the example that Les was pulling up, they're both of the nightshade family. So you could potentially take a bit of a tomato and try to Frankenstein it to a potato plant. Like you're literally sewing it together, and then as it grows, you've got tomato coming out of one side and potato on the other. So that's what grafting is. It's very cool. Off of one plant, you can have 2 different types of fruits, as long as they're part of the same species or genus. Les, I know it's tricky. You would think Texas is all warm all season round, but no, it depends on where you live in Texas. I'm in the north part. I've got Gary, who lives in the southeast part, and then central, I think Jackie, who lives in central. And the more south you go, the warmer and fewer days of cold you have. Tony, okay, I'm going to have to wrap up in 2 minutes here. I'm just going to try and finish these comments. Someday, Tony, you're saying someday I'm going to have like a super... Yes, that is so cool. Yes, yeah, Tony, right? Those, have you guys seen those? You get a grafted citrus tree, and it's got like limes going off of one branch, lemons going off of the other, and like an orange. Yeah, that is amazing. And then they sell that plant for what, like $100? It'd be so cool if you could just do it yourself. Absolutely amazing though. And it's a great way for a small space to have a variety of fruits and vegetables, which is a definition of rich, right? The more variety you have, the richer you feel. Drizzy, I think my mom placed a fruitful mango branch on. How cool, Drizzy! She is clutch. She is clutch. That's awesome. I eventually want to get there grafting, but I'm not there yet. All I've done is propagation and transplanting, and seed starting is another flex, and then I do my own home composting. So I'd say there's probably like 5 flexes, like home composting, seed starting, propagation, transplanting, and then grafting. Grafting is the only one that I have yet to do, master. Texas is Arctic region. Arctic region? No. It's closer to the equator. Les, you're saying, Jackie, you said Les, even where I am in South Texas, we catch freezes. Okay, yeah. Okay, so Jackie will have fewer freezing days than I will, though. Texas, yep. Les, you're saying propagation take yeah, I agree, Les. It can take a bit of time. Feature, it looks Texas like North Saudi Arabia goes. Yeah, we do have some snowfall, yep. Grafting for, very cool. Okay. Yes, they are root. Yeah, no, Drizzy, they are root plants, but they are in the same nightshade category as tomatoes. You're absolutely right. So nightshade doesn't necessarily mean it grows underground or grows above ground. It's just the name for that species. And even though potatoes grow underground, tomatoes grow above ground, they are still part of the same nightshade family. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, thank you guys for hanging out. I tried to catch up. I'm mostly there. I'll catch you guys next time. On Fridays is when I'm live, same time, 11 a.m. Central. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays is when I go live. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. So catch you guys then, and hope to share some progress on the things that we started as well as learn from each other. Everybody take care and be well. See you on Friday if you guys are able to join. Sorry, we'll have to chat those next time. Bye. Take care.